Hello and welcome to today's blog on the systematic design of instruction. Today's blog is going to be a quick introduction to what the systematic instruction of design is, as well as uh, the introduction to step one of identifying instructional goals. All right, the model that we're going to look at is going to look at Dick and Carey's model, which was created in 1996. This model is made up of 10 steps and it focuses on the outset of the learner. So basically what that means, it focuses or is built and designed to look at the end skills and knowledge that you want the learners to have at the end goal, which helps you create the instruction and the instructional process to get them to reach those end skills and knowledge goals that you set. And this model is a great model to be used as for teachers as well as professionals. This is generally like a picture to show the Dick and Carey instructional design model. This picture, as you can see, says that there's only 9 steps because the 10th step, which is the summative evaluation, is not always included in this model because it's not always done, but it's a great way to look at the overall process after doing the formative evaluation. The first step that we're going to talk about in this blog is the identifying instructional goals. That's the step one of this approach by Dick and Carey. Basically, in this approach, you determine the new skills that you want your learners to have mastered by the time they finish the instruction process. Then you want to express those ideas in the form of goals, which is front end, using the front end analysis, which is basically what I talked about earlier about looking at the skills and knowledge you want your learners to have at the end, and you use those to write the goals needed to get those students or those learners there to those end goals. There's 4 ways or 4 methods that you can use to identify the skills or the goals you want to have by the end. Those 4 methods for identification of instructional goals are subject matter expert approach, the content outline approach, the administrative mandate approach, and the performance technology approach. All right, basically, the subject matter expert approach is when you see that there's a piece of information missing out of the subject matter, and you decide you want to write a goal to give students or learners that piece of information that's missing. The content outline goal is when you're given a certain information that you have to cover, and you want to make sure those students reach and cover all their information. That's the content outline approach. The administrative mandate approach is basically when a superior or a supervisor tells you they want a certain outcome or a certain performance goal by the end. That is usually the administrative mandate approach. And last but not least, the performance technology approach is basically an approach where you look at identifying what performances or what skills the learners will need to perform certain tasks to basically elevate your company or your business. All right, these identifying uh, goals approaches uh, use certain things, or I would say certain measures to making sure you identify the right things in the goals. So basically, you need to perform certain analysis or assessments to make sure you're using the right approach to write your goals. Those types are performance analysis, needs assessment, and job analysis. So, performance analysis basically, you look at your job and your company and you see that you want to reach a certain spot, or you see that you want to increase in certain areas. So you do a performance analysis to determine what it would take or what skills your workers need to develop to help you reach this goal. Needs assessments is just basically what it says it is. You basically assess the needs like what you have versus what you want to have, and that tells you what your needs are. And last but not least, job analysis. Basically, you look at your job description and what you want your workers to do, and you basically tailor your goals to get your your workers to perform and I guess basically say grow their jobs. So you make sure all of their descriptors fit all of the needs of the job that you have them doing. And this is basically step one for identifying instructional goals.